Good evening, everybody, and welcome to BSTV. You've joined us for the TCR Challenge tonight. This is Season 10, Round 15, and we are at the Nurburgring. The word beginning with G, with VLN following it, is the name of the track, this track variation, I should say. Excuse me. This is the endurance round. It's a 90-minute race. I am Herr Bingham. In the booth with me tonight is Herr Alan Toon. How are you doing, Alan?
Actung.
Hey!
Oh, well, I'm delighted to be here, and lots to say about this place, of course. So, yeah, looking forward to this.
Yeah, this is a track that you like. I'm also doing cameras tonight, so apologies in advance for the chaos that is about to ensue. It's going to be a very interesting evening, I think, Alan, because we have, obviously, a German driver on a German track in a German car, in the form of Mr. Stefan Goebel, who has already annihilated everybody else's times, as you would probably expect. So the times are on screen. He's not done too much over Stephen Walker, actually. Stephen's just put a time in, which is very, very close. I'm surprised. Stefan was miles ahead of everybody before.
They were, what do they call that? Laying back.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, I mean, Stefan is on another lap at the minute, and he's on a good one. So,
But look at those times. You know that's pretty quick by anybody's standard. And
I mean, you've done plenty of laps around here, haven't you?
I certainly have. Yeah.
So you'll know just how. I mean, I only know the first 4 corners. That's as far as my track guide went, because I'm usually dead by the time I get to turn 5. It's a massively challenging track for very unusual reasons, isn't it? It's not like a hectic track in terms of traffic. It's you against the track 99% of the time, right?
Well, yes. It's kind of like 5 racetracks linear.
Yeah, I mean,
make 5 tracks and then and straighten them out. It's, one lap of this is like that.
Yeah,
it is. So you're doing linear laps, and instead of doing a lap, you're doing a section, and every sector is like a lap, isn't it? Really. And you're against the clock a lot of the time because the racing gets spread out on this track. There's plenty of room for everything spread out, and people sometimes find it difficult to overtake. But I love the sprawling lexicon of this place. It's a cornucopia, a feast of beautiful corners and flows for me, and it really likes the TCR a lot. It's a great car to drive around here. I've done endurance races around here in the TCR before my hand started swelling up.
Oh dear, right, yeah.
And absolutely love it. The car loves it as well. It's great to drive around here. And of course,
sorry, go on.
We've got. Well, I was going to say we've got Stefan, who's well known for his expertise at the German circuits, isn't he?
He
and
is.
If there's any place where he's going to be able to show it, he should be here tonight.
Yeah, and I agree with you. The TCR reacts very well round here. It seems to react well with the track. The track's nice and wide. You would think that overtaking's easy. It really is not. You were right about the sectors. Sector 11 is on its own longer than Lime Rock Park. the full lap of Lime Rock Park. So yeah, it's a feast, as you said, of different types of turns, including the embanked turns that we see Stefan nailing it through just there. Very difficult to get those right, and a massive amount of time wasted if you get them wrong.
He flew around there, didn't he? Goodness.
He did. It was like he was on rails. And I think others are going to struggle to compete at the same level through a number of laps. I was watching in the... we're doing practice and qualifying together at the minute, which is why we're already in qualifying. And we've only got about 8 or 9 minutes left. So it's a combined session. You lose so much time on so few corners around this track, don't you, Alan? You only need to be offline a little bit, and the next 3 or 4 corners are your complete enemy. And if you get slow onto one of those big straights, you're done
yes. It's torture watching the red. We've all been there, yes.
Oh yeah.
And of course, you know, some of these corners are tricky. It's there's no two ways around it. It's a big circuit, and unless you know it quite well, it's very easy to get fooled. Some of these corners are very similar, but they're only similar in appearance. You know, they tighten up differently, and people get fooled, don't they? You know, because it's a lot to learn, and so it's easy to be tricked and easy to be caught out by anybody. Anybody can be caught out going around here. Just a moment's lack of concentration and trouble, and you're fighting the clock all the time.
Yeah.
It's a constant. It's a joyful thing, you know, racing the clock and racing the circuit. I mean, it's just, to me, it's just one of the greatest things you can do on iRacing. I love going around here in a car, but I wouldn't say it's the best circuit for actually head-to-head racing.
No, no. I think we'll end up with a lot of cars lost on the track, to be honest, and in their own little battle with themselves. JB Dejoux is sporting a Remembrance Day livery that Clyde's sorted out for him there. Yeah, very good.
Lovely. I remember that lovely Remembrance Day thing he did, was it a couple of years ago, with that great parade? It was a fantastic picture.
Yeah.
It was.
That was
a great shot of the everybody lined up. It was fantastic.
That was excellent. That I'm sure we'll do that again at some point, and pay our respects to those who lost their lives for our freedom and independence. So yeah, it's let's have a look through the standings, because I'm stunned at the moment with these. Sam Blease is your series leader at the moment. He's not on track at the minute, so I can't put cameras on him. He's got 751 points, including with his drop score taken off, which means that Stephen Walker, who is on track and has just posted the second... Oh, no, he hasn't improved, sorry. He's, what's that, 32 points behind? I mean, that's not a lot, Alan, is it? No, 20. No. 22 points behind, that's even less. I mean, if Sam stuffs it up... Yeah, if Sam stuffs it up, yes, you get a free repair, but imagine how long a tow takes around this track.
Well,
epic.
It might be that they normally tow you back to the beginning of the section.
Only in practice.
Well,
not in race conditions.
Oh dear.
So it's a big tow. People are going to have to be very careful and very patient.
If you get a tow, you're done for.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah. Stephen Walker, 22 points behind. Jamie Wilson, not that far behind that. He's about 50 points behind second place. So I think the championship is still pretty wide open. We've seen Sam Blease, that is, have some pretty sketchy finishes of late. He's been in a few tangles and crashes, which happen to the very best of them.
Sure.
So it's still good to go, this. And Carl Hardy is 150 points away from the lead. And we've seen how his performance is picking up.
Yeah, poor Carl, he's not feeling terribly confident around here.
Right.
But I think he's underestimating himself. Once he gets going, he'll be fine. So it's impossible to say what's going to happen on here. You would think that the people with the track record of fast laps are just going to spread out and probably be racing at the front, maybe form a group, because you can't imagine Stephen and Simon and Sam getting, dropped.
No.
So we'll probably we might see some bunching up. That'd be good if we can get that. Do you remember we had that really?
That was good, wasn't it?
Yes, if we get something like that, that would be great, wouldn't it?
It would be brilliant. You know all the writing on the track, Alan? You know what it says, don't you?
Oh yeah, I can make it out instantly.
Yeah, it says Pete Bingham crashed here, Pete Bingham crashed here, Pete Bingham crashed here and here, and it just repeats that all the way around the track, because I think I've probably crashed on every corner of this track. There are certain sections of it that I really, really don't get on well with. There's the bit that goes down towards the river, which is, well, it's a little way off where Arnaud Chenonnier is now. If we get a track map up, if I can get a track map up, there we go. Car number 42 is heading in that direction. So, yeah, this is Arnaud Chenonnier. So he's heading down towards this first hairpin bend, and then you get this, you know, there's 300 metres of elevation change here, you know?
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? And
it's amazing.
That's something that, you know, I drove hundreds of laps around here on Gran Turismo. So I thought I knew it like the back of my hand. Of course, I came here to iRacing.
Yeah.
It was a revelation because the gradients are in this.
Yes. Yeah.
The gradients here.
Yeah. You can feel it, can't you?
Wow, goodness me. It's just a different place entirely. You know, the iRacing version of this is just so awesomely good. Every little change in camber and in height, the hills, the gradients, everything. It's just, yeah.
It is a fantastic.
It's all beautifully rendered, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Beautifully rendered, really. We've all seen, surely, those YouTube videos with the real car and the iRacing car juxtaposed, and honestly, half the time you can't tell which is which.
No, it's
so accurate. Yeah.
Oh, Spencer McCarthy there posts a time to put him on the second row, in front of the second row. Speaking of which, Geodesic Racing, of which he is part of, are leading the championship at the moment with 1,412 points. Spectre 6 Purple are in second place at the moment, which is, I think, Stephen Walker's team. Yeah, they are 150 points behind. So, again, that's within reach, with some bad races on one team and good races on another. And then there's a bit of a jump back to Team Chimera, who are 100 points behind Spectre 6 Purple. And then pretty much just Carl Hardy on his own. For Safeguard by result, I think, isn't it? Who else is in Safeguard? Matt Flannery's just joined the session.
Roger's
oh, it's Roger. Oh, right, yeah, so it's not just him on his own. Roger's really contributed well this season to that. No, he's work guard by result, isn't he? Oh, no, he's safeguarding this one, isn't he?
He should be safeguarding this.
Yeah. So they're 40 points behind third place. So there's a chance there that they could snatch third at the bottom step of the team podium from someone.
Roger's made a bit of a step up this season in these cars. He's enjoying the racing more. He's getting good racing and enjoying it, you know, with Jason and JV. He's been getting some enjoyable racing. He's been showing some great performances. He has. And,
yeah.
I think he's going to be concentrating on it through the winter. I think next season we're going to see him concentrating even more because he's really turned on to the TCs and. Yeah, the Backfire broadcast in this league particularly because it's such excellent league. You won't find better TCR rating than this.
No, not at all. The competitiveness and the professionalism of these guys is brilliant. The session has gone checkered, so anybody on a lap will be allowed to finish it, I think. The only cars on track posting times at the moment are Stephen Walker, Simon Trendle, Jamie Wilson, who is currently leading the driver of the meeting competition. Stephen Walker is in second place on 4 votes. Jamie Wilson has 5. And then Sam Blees, Carl Hardy and Simon Trendle are all fighting it out for what is third place. And then quite a few people with single votes. Arnaud Chenonnier is also on track at the moment. He's a bit further round the lap. We've got car 92. Jason Morris has just posted his fastest time and moved himself up to 10th. That was good. 92
is a good lap because 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Because you've got the circuit. This is like 2 races, isn't it? Really, you've got the circuit part. This is a flat-out GP racetrack, one of the most perfect racetracks. With a bit of everything, just to warm you up, and then the greenhouse just to finish you off. Really, what a combination it is.
It is great. That's Roger Morton who's bailed on his lap, so he's not going to post a time. I don't think that's the biggest problem, because on a lap that's 9 minutes long, his starting position really that valuable to you if you are not going to be on pole and leading everybody away, or at least on the front row? I don't think that's a risk, to be honest.
I don't think he's going to be bothered. And Roger does know this circuit. We've done 4-hour endurance races down around here together, me and him.
Yeah.
So, you know, he knows the place pretty well, and he'll be racing hard tonight. He likes to ride around here.
Yeah, I mean, we've got, I think all the races that are in this tonight, like the Nordschleife. Stephen Walker, I think, bailed on his latest attempt at a lap. So we're down to Simon Trendle, Jamie Wilson, and Arnaud Chenonnier to finish their laps. Car number 42, Arnaud Chenonnier, is on the Dottingerhoe at the minute, so he will be the first to complete his lap. I love this camera angle because you're looking at nothing at all, and then out of the huge distance comes a tiny little car belting along, screaming its nuts off. Funny stuff.
Carl was right up the board when I sat.
I know he's near the bottom now.
Plumping, but Matt's not doing so great either, is he? They've got
again,
plus 18 and plus 20 seconds.
Again, I think the practice is worth more than the qualifying position, to be fair.
Hearing me.
Jason gets it a bit, sliding forwards through the final chicane, and then pops it over the line. Is he going to improve? No, he's going to bail to the pits. That's what he's going to do. So pit stop. That will also feature Alan. They'll have to drop in. I think it'll just be a one-stop.
I'm not sure it's going to have the kind of significance it normally does.
No, I think it's more, will anybody run out of fuel, to be honest. So onto the Dottingerhoe goes Simon Trendle now. We'll do that with a hilarious camera angle because it's just too funny, this one. It's just like, what am I watching? 193 watt. Oh, hang on, there's a car.
So Jason's in front of Carl at the moment in the timing, so that's going to make him well happy.
Yeah.
And splitting Carl and Matt. Nice one, Jason.
Matt Elmore, who is in the field in 11th, has posted a message that says, "Really can't drive this track at all. Hate it." Anybody that does crash, be sure to join us in the chat. And Russell Cower said he's lying, he loves it. There we go.
Right. Oh, Russell's not racing, is he?
And he says he might just stop for a KFC. I think that is at a different track. I'm pretty sure that's at Le Mans, where the KFC is by the side of the track. I think we've got one car left on a lap. It's Jamie of Wilson, Hare Wilson. Everybody's hair tonight in true German fashion. Simon Trendle did move his car up the grid. He's third now. Will Jamie move up? No, not on that occasion. So that will complete qualifying. And I'll run through. Evening to Anthony Jacobson on the chat. You should be racing as well. Right, let's see. Have we gone official yet? No, we have not gone official. And we might not go official for a few more minutes if there's activity. Car 23 is still on the track, which is Russell Cowell.
That gives me a chance to go and get me my whiskey then, because you caught me right on the up.
Right. We will be rejoined by Alan Toon. Yeah.
You see, radio and microphones, they are the thing.
I'll go through the grid then, whilst Alan gets some whiskey inside him.
Around
so,
this circuit.
Stefan Kobel is your pole man for tonight. Quelle surprise. I don't know what that is in German. For VTS Esports, he's posted a fantastic time. an 8:48.969. He is 1.8 seconds faster than Stephen Walker at this point for Spectre 6, who will go off on the front row next to him. Let me choose a different camera angle and we can see who's actually gridding.
Mind you, it's a large lap, isn't it? So
it is. It's a massive lap. So. Oh, that is the camera angle, believe it or not. There we go. Simon Trendle will go off third for Team Chimera. Fourth will be Spencer McCarthy for Alpine Stars Geodesic. His teammate will go off fifth. Sixth will be Russell Cowell. Sorry, his teammate is Sam, please. So Russell Cowell will go off sixth because he's racing. Seventh will be Jamie Wilson for Team Chimera. Arnaud Chanonier will go off eighth in a different livery to normal. We'll see that as we get round. For RWC Racing Red. JB Desjou will go off 9th for LMT Racing. Jason Morris will go off 10th. 11th will be Matt Elmore for Spectre 6 TCR. Jason Haddington will go off 12th for RWC Racing Blue. I'm having to do multitasking. Carl Hardy will go off 13th for Safeguard by Result. 14th will be Chris Needham for RWC Racing Red. Roger Morton will go off 15th for, I think it's Safeguard by Result, not Work Guard, as it says on the screen. And then Matt Flannery will go off 16th and last. He joined the session very late, so he's not done any quali laps. I hope he's done some practice, because otherwise he may well get caught out, Alan.
He's got to have experience of the circuit.
And at the moment, the pace car is leading.
Surely he's been driven around here before.
Oh, Matt Flannery, yeah, I would expect so.
Otherwise, he's going to have his work cut out, isn't he? You'll have to put the line on, the beginner's line.
Yeah, put the rookie cross on the back of the car. We could. Blimp cam was even closer than camera 3. What's going on there?
This is
here we go.
really interesting, isn't it? Look at that.
Lights are active, as you can see, but we're still at least a mile away from pit road. This is the kink on the dotting at home under the bridge. We had a broadcast here once. I can't remember which series it was. It may well have been V8. And there was a crash. No, it wasn't. It was IndyCar, I think, or something like that. Ooh. And the crash started before that bridge and didn't end until the chicane here. It was a monster. There was cars flying everywhere. It was great fun. If you weren't racing it.
Exciting.
So a healthy field, 16 cars. Hopefully they will stay together. But he's going. Stefan's going. He's gone.
Oh, crikey. He's not hanging around, is he? Look at that.
No, look at him go. Look at him go.
Oh, he's caught them flat-footed, I think.
He has. Now, toe is worth quite a lot round here, right? Because there's lots and lots of massive straights. So he's going to want to gap everybody behind him. Put at least 2 seconds on the next car. Next car being Stephen Walker. That camera angle is about 16 miles away from the action. So we'll go a little bit closer. Ooh, we've got an overtake just behind, or attempt at. Spencer McCarthy has moved forward on Simon Trendle. Simon Trendle put his car in third place at the last dying moments of qualifying. 1.2 seconds is Stefan's lead at the minute, Alan.
Yes, that little group there was about 2 seconds in quali over that. Those drivers. So with the toe, you think they might be able to hang on together for a little bit.
I would think so. All the way back to probably Jamie Wilson. They are, reasonably competitive with one another. And then, Matt Elmore's back here. He's usually up at the front and the pointy end, but he doesn't like the track. So,
yes, there's people that are definitely out of place, and you can't help but think they're going to improve. And if they do a good lap, the confidence will get up, and maybe they'll start to actually move forward. We just don't know, do we? Look, they're losing a lot of time, 7 and 8 second gaps already.
Yeah, and Russell Cowell says he'll see us in about 10 minutes. Once he's crashed, he'll join us in the booth.
Oh, Russell, keep it on the road, mate.
Yeah, that's where you need to be. Back here, there's quite a lot of congestion. And Stefan's lead from Stephen, everybody's called Stephen, is reducing, Alan. It's under a second now, so Stephen Walker's doing what's needed.
I don't think Stefan's going to be able to get away.
Certainly doesn't look that way. I'm going to have to try and... I mean, the track's so massive, the cameras don't know what they're doing, to be honest. I love this section.
There's only 2 seconds between them, and I think if Stephen can keep... Stephen's such a good driver. If we can just stay within the toe. If he loses the toe, well, then the gap will go, of course.
Yeah.
He's hanging on to it at the moment.
He really is, yeah. I mean, that's what 0.6 seconds looks like. On any other track, that's probably 1.3 seconds or something. I love this next horseshoe hairpin here. Ooh, who's that?
Oh,
that was Spencer.
Spencer's get your braking wrong.
Yeah, very, and he has. I crashed there in spectacular fashion, doing an overtake not that many races ago in the TCR. Doing something similar, believe it or not. I'm sure Spencer won't appreciate me sharing that. And also, so let's just do a little bit of a recap.
Paper because that is often a tricky place, and
yeah,
it looks like he got away with that, really, didn't he? Like
yeah, on board with Spencer, he's gone sideways through the previous corner. That's why he probably had red hot tyres and no traction to brake. Yeah, smallest of bumps on the Armco barrier.
Hopefully he's got away with that.
We've already got a Nordschleifer Green Hell fatality. Alan, I should say. This is Chris Needham doing exactly the same, but worse.
Oh, Chris.
So we didn't get to see it, however.
So that's a toe in.
It is. Oh, it's all going on now. Oh dear, we've got some additional fatalities. I think this is the first left-hand turn that Spencer's done since the crash. And
should be okay.
Into the wall, but he's reset to pits.
That's a shame. He must have had a meatball. He wouldn't have done that otherwise.
Yeah, I think it was, even though it didn't look like it was particularly damaged, I think he had some serious damage. And then Jason. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So he was off. Oh, he's got away with that in fine fashion. What a great avoidance of something serious.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, that was...
saying hello to Matt.
Jason Haddington, that was. Right, we're going to go back live, because believe it or not, all we've just seen has been in the past. So
Jason and Carl were side by side there, going at it.
They were. Let's go back to where they are, because that's going to be the tastiest area of track at the moment. Just for your information, Stefan's lead is down to 0.4 of a second and reducing rapidly. We'll just go to that, because Stephen has got Stefan.
And they're gapping.
And they are gapping, yes, they are, you're right. Simon Trendle. Further back, similar thing going on. Arnaud Chenonnier tracking down JB. Further back, Jason Morris on Matt Elmore.
Pairing up.
They're pairing off, aren't they?
Yeah, it's the draft.
And then these
because
three.
Because the gaps are closed. If the gap's closed, you know, you can just hang on.
Oh. Jason Morris on the inside. Nice move.
You know, if you're prepared to be brave, you can really hang on pretty well, I think.
Yep. So Jason Morris heads the race for 9th place. Getting that little horseshoe thing there right is so difficult.
I love going through there.
I like going through it, it's just I can't do it.
Getting that inside the root round.
So this is where the action is at the moment. I'll keep an eye on the lead because it's down to 0.4 of a second again. They must be on another straight or something. Ooh. Oh dear. I think he did not speak too soon. So Russell has reset to the pits now as well. Let's just have
Russell.
Carnage, says Tony on the chat. Right, so it's already happened.
Why isn't Tony racing? Why isn't Tony
I know. We're not racing. And he's not any longer, that's for sure. So what's he done here? He's in an open area of the... Oh, no, he's not. He's in this tight, twisty bit that goes downhill. And, yeah. I'd like to say I've never done that, but I have.
It's... the gradient catches people out.
Yes.
And the, you know, the contour of the road just catches people out, but the gradient does. They're going faster than they think, and it's always tighter than you expect.
Yeah, I don't know what the tow time is, but Spencer and Chris Needham are still in the pits from when they reset. So hopefully they'll participate, because even in 14th, 15th and 16th, you're still going to get some points, even if you wait for your fast repair and then get going again.
Yeah, absolutely. They should still participate. I hope they do. I mean, they can phone in for a pizza while they're waiting.
Why not? Onto the Dottingham for the first time, and Stephen Walker is right on. That's what 0.7 of a second looks like. I think we'll go to the hilarity cam now.
Going to be lying abreast any second.
There they are. Look at that. Whoa, side by side, and Stephen Walker takes the lead.
Now, this is interesting. And Stephen get a gap on Stepper.
I'm going to go really far out there and say no.
And Simon, Simon has taken advantage of their little squabble and closed the gap.
He has. And this little group have got 3 seconds over everybody else.
Yes, that doesn't surprise me though. Except, well, Sam obviously could keep up if I don't know why he's not. Perhaps he doesn't know the track quite as well, or
maybe a lack of practice. Ooh, we're bunching up here though, look.
It's not because he hasn't got the pace. No,
he's got more pace in his left thumb than I've got in my entire being. So,
this is great. It's Carl's having a really good race, but
he's at the wrong end of it though.
not where we've got used to seeing him. Recently. No. But look at this. It's great seeing the two safeguard cars together.
Definitely.
And it's Roger will be loving that, keeping up with the captain there. He will, and hopefully he'll probably be giving him the odd little nudge just to say, "Here I am." Yeah,
it's only expected, isn't it? As JB is still fighting off the affections of Arnaud Chenonnier.
Oh, that's fun. You know, this is a great place to drive around. If you've got the mates to drive around with you, that's even better.
Yeah. See, that wider line into there is by Carl is actually advantageous because you straighten your car up earlier onto this little straight.
It's those little touches that make the difference between somebody as fast as Carl and me.
And me.
It is, isn't it? It's just that the gradual build-up of those fractions every single time. You know, just the better line and the better, organisation, the better pace, just the better braking, everything. Just it's all fractions. It builds up to quite a lot by the end of a lap.
It does, yeah, and it's amazing that the benefit you get from straightening your car up and not using the steering wheel as much as others. I mean, he's right on him there. Look, he's closed right up to his boot lid.
Well, one of the things you're looking for, isn't it? That, when you're watching the good drivers, they never over-articulate the wheel.
No.
They always just put the right amount of lock in, don't they?
They do, and I'm there busy sawing away at the thing and wondering why I'm going slow. No other immediate activity. This is your closest battle on track, and they're letting Matt Elmore get away. So Cap is stretching his legs.
Ah, crikey. Well.
Anthony Jacobson says they're dropping like flies and that he'll be crashing someday at Bathurst. Yes, you will. I shall be in commentary for that one.
I've crashed already.
Yeah.
I've got to in advance.
At the
Come on,
front,
Roger. Keep up, Roger. Come on.
Yeah, he needs to stick with this group, doesn't he? This pairing, rather.
He'll be enjoying this. This is just his kind of thing. He loves a challenge, and he'll be enjoying this. Trying to stay. Oh, it looked like it could have been tasty.
Yep. Seemed all right though.
Yeah.
Oh.
But,
This isn't good. So this is some bleeds.
Oh,
what did I say? What did I say about getting it wrong? Oh, that's heavy. Oh dear. Well done, Jamie. So that's Sam Blee's reset to the pits. So what did I say about crashes around here and his position in the championship? You know,
yes.
It's pretty clinical.
It's a tough circuit.
You never know though. Anybody can crash around this track. Anybody.
Yeah, no, it's tough. It's a tough circuit.
These two glued together still.
And you can see why it's dangerous. It's not
just
tough, it's dangerous because there's no runoff anywhere.
No, it's walls straight away. Bit like Bathurst, but they've got a bit of grass between you and the wall, which means you can, on the iRacing grass, you actually speed up when you get to the wall.
You've got 8 miles of this.
Yes. It's amazing, isn't it? So at the front, Stefan's got himself no gap anymore at all because Stephen's got it. And Stephen is stretching his legs a little. He's got it out to 0.9 of a second. He'll want more. He'll want another 1.5 seconds on that to try and break this toe. We have Spencer, Chris Needham and Russell Cowell back on track now.
Oh, that's good news.
It is. Spencer is leading them around their laps. So hopefully he'll remember that cold tyres and the Nordschleife don't go together. And never have done, and he's coming up to Death Corner now. The last time he saw the Armco barrier was here. Should we give him a round of applause? I think we should. He's made it through. He's made it through.
And he was being very cautious there, ostensibly.
Yes. So he's off. He's in 13th place. That's not shabby.
No. And, we know how fast he is, so I'll be interested to see if he can make any progress.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be able to. Here come the lead protagonists. These are now your closest 3 cars on track. Look at that. They look like they're on rails. I can't do that. I hate these people. No. Stefan closing in rapidly now. We've got some other closing in happening. Again, these two need to get a room.
Still at it.
There's plenty of German chalets around. They just need to find.
They've got the good line. See, they've got the good line.
They've got the good line. Back at the pointy end, at the business end. Stefan might be playing the long game that we don't know exists, Alan. What do you think?
I think he would be much happier at the front with a 6-second gap.
Oh, you ready for this? Are you ready for this, Alan?
No, probably not. Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, I think you might be.
Oh!
So.
Roger's got past.
So, Carl had a bit of a lock-up in a slide.
I wish I was in the Discord now.
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh dear. Right, this one, yeah. Not so good. Oh, that was a bit of a random adjustment.
Oh, no, not a geodesic car.
It's
happening.
It's Spencer again. I think he's got control issues.
Oh,
I think there's something wrong with his rig or something. That's not Spencer style driving for sure.
Oh. No.
Is he messing with telemetry or something? What's he doing? That was it anyway.
Think he's got damage now? Think he put some damage on his car?
I don't think so, not unless the curbs damage the cars.
Oh, fingers crossed he's okay.
Yeah. Let's hope he continues.
He's already had the tow. He's already had to put up with the tow. Could do with a bit of good running now.
Definitely. So, your race leader is Stephen Walker for Spectre 6. Purple. Trying to break the toe from Stefan Goebel for VTS Esports. And Simon Trendle in third for Team Chimera. Jamie Wilson is a whole 9.5 seconds back down the road. If I click the button, you'll see him all on his own with all his friends on the Nordschleife.
That road is so big and long, it looks like he's barely moving.
It does, doesn't it? But I do
standing
find
at the
that
side of him, it would be considerably quicker. There we go. Look, that's more like it.
Yeah, that's what they're really doing.
Like
I do like that camera. It's very good, isn't it? It gives a real sense of perspective, speed, and distance.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Very nice. It suits this circuit, actually, these big wide open shots, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Yeah.
Because it gives you some idea of the scale of the place, because it's vast.
Something going on here, mind. Oh, look at that. Jason Haddington getting himself a bit of 8th place.
Come on.
Up 4 places, Jason Haddington.
Way to go, Kylie.
Too right. No spinning around here. Or is it? Oh, no. Why did I put my camera on him? Cursed him. Utterly cursed. Now, he's not far from the pits. So, if he can get off that curb, which isn't the easiest thing to do, is he going to manage it?
It'll be okay.
Go on. Up the curb. Bit of reversage. We're going to stick with this because, A, it's kind of funny, and B, we need to make sure he gets to the pits. Matt Flannery is 44 seconds back down the road, so he's reset. Now, that's not going to help him because the reset round here will still make you do like 12 minutes of reset or something.
Oh, that's such a shame. He was doing so well.
He was, and we saw it live, which he really won't appreciate, I'm sure.
Well, it's going to be on the stream.
Yeah, absolutely. Good advertising for his sponsors. So we're looking at...
Brilliantly.
Yeah.
It's disappointing. He'll be disappointed.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's a nice chap as well.
Yeah, very nice.
So hopefully he'll use his fast repair, get back on track, because there's good positions still to get, you know. He's still got Spencer, Chris, Russell, and Sam Blees behind him at the moment. Going to make sure nobody has inadvertently sneaked into the interview room. They have not. Nobody wants to speak to us about their crashes. What whiskey are you on, Alan?
Which one did I get? Oh, it's Glenlivet. Yeah, it's been Glenlivet.
All right, okay. I'm on the Jura.
I like the Jura 10-year-old.
I am on Jura, age 10 years.
There you go.
Single Scotch.
Yeah, it's proper nice, that is. I've got about 4 bottles at the moment.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, it is lovely.
So, Stephen Walker's lead has deteriorated to almost nothing, really. 2.2 of a second, that is. And half a second.
He hasn't managed to break the toe. Stefan couldn't break the toe. Stephen couldn't break the toe. Simon's done the fastest lap. And he's sitting there looking dangerous to me.
Yes. Oh, Jason Haddington is already back out on track.
Fantastic.
He has lost no positions since the start. He's literally back out on track in his start position.
Way to go. Oh, happy days. That's really good news. Didn't deserve to crash. He was doing so well.
He was. We were just, well, I was just talking about it. I managed to hex him really, really strongly. These three really racing the track as much as each other, I think.
So what's the gap between Spencer and Sam?
It is 3 seconds. There's nothing in this.
That's what I thought.
This is the welcome to the Alpine Stars Geodesic League. There are only 2 combatants. Well, actually, there are 3, because Matt Flannery is the next car up the road from them, but he is he's 52 seconds further up down the road. There he is.
Oh, he's
Sorry,
on
he's
his
not.
own there.
He's 1 minute and 7 seconds ahead of Spencer and Sam. So there's bragging rights there, if nothing else.
I really enjoy being in front for a change.
Oh, yeah.
And it's great that Spencer and Sam are back out on the circuit.
Yeah, I mean, like
Still
I say,
a long, long way to go. You know,
Sam kind of has to, because he needs any points he can get now. Otherwise, this man here, Stephen Walker, is going to overhaul him for the lead of the championship. So he can't not race, if that makes sense. He's got to finish.
Well, yeah, he needs to finish. And,
as high as he
can.
can.
Finish anyway. Yeah, he would always want to do that anyway.
And it's not just like that. Anybody could crash at any time. It's that much of a gamble. He can still finish in the top 3. Stefan really having a good close-up. And look at this, Alan. I noticed still right now. The Audi has suffered on so many tracks recently, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And look at this. The top 2 cars, Audis.
Yes, I noticed before that there was the Audis were in front.
There's only 3 in the whole field, and 2 of them are here.
Yeah. German car, you see.
German car, German track. Resident German driver in 2nd place.
4-wheel drive. Very happy, I guess. Yes, I think it's probably a very enjoyable experience driving around here in an Audi.
I would think so, yeah. I mean, this is a track when you're watching it, that you're kind of waiting for the next mistake. Does that make sense? You're almost not waiting for a move, are you? Yeah. Like on a standard track.
No, well, people get in the tone that, you know, I think there's very little they can do about this situation. They're stuck together, aren't they? Unless somebody's going to make, unless they can make a convincing break. I'm not convinced any of them got pace to actually make that convincing break at the moment. See, Stephen keeps trying. There's no doubt that he's trying. Do you know what I mean? It's not like they're just laying back and thinking, oh, well, you know, we'll the pit stop or something. And
look at
it's certainly because the lap times are fairly tasty.
Now, I wonder how many laps you get before you have to pit. Given the fact that we're on lap 3 of an 8-mile lap. I don't know how many.
With all these extras, it's probably 15 miles, I would think, by the time you've added everything up with the circuit.
I mean, we are how far in? We're getting on for 25 minutes in.
And we've done 3 laps. We're on the 3rd lap.
So
they were doing They were doing just over 8 minutes, weren't they?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, they were. Yeah, so 8 minutes 51 is what they're doing at the moment. Lap time for the fast guys, that is. There's a 5-second drop off between these 3 and the rest of the field. Jamie Wilson.
It's about a 10-lap race, isn't it? We're looking about a 10-lap race, I would think.
Something like that, yeah. Which means they're probably going to run for 40-odd minutes and pit, I would think. So we've probably got another 15 minutes before a pit stops, 2 more laps.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's going to be the advantage for pitting earlier that would be on a different side.
I think they're going to be challenged on fuel. I think they all have to pit on the same lap if I'm thinking sensibly about it. These 3
that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know about fuel consumption in different cars. I wonder if there's a lot of difference, actually.
I don't know. I really don't. I think it's comparative, similar between the four cars.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I keep forgetting that there's two Hyundais, of course.
They're very similar, aren't
they? Well, one's a lot bigger, a lot longer wheelbase than the other, and you can feel that, or I could anyway when I was driving them.
My lap times were identical in both of them.
Were they? Right.
Yeah, so I don't think there's a huge amount of difference in the performance of them. So they're probably using similar amounts of fuel, I would say.
Yeah.
Wow. This is very interesting.
Well,
I'm looking at Simon sitting there and thinking,
This is really good because, we've got a couple of little pockets of drivers who have been together for quite a long time now, using each other for tow and things like that. So you can see the leaders off in the distance there. These guys are a little bit further back, about 20 odd seconds further back from the lead group, 28 seconds. In the middle, again, driving with all his pals around him is Jamie Wilson. So I don't think we can even see the lead three because they're 14 seconds down the road from where he is at the moment. Even if I
where JB is, what a drive by JB.
He's honestly
and Arno
they're both doing a great job. And JB seems to be improving all the time. His I rating seems to be going up all the time as well. So he's obviously doing officials. His I rating's as good as mine is now. That's not saying a great deal, I know. And Arno behind him is almost on the... So these two pretty closely matched either way.
Yes, and improving drivers, just to be said. Both improving drivers.
That was Samblees whipping past... oh, actually, I think I may have missed something here. So that was Samblees going past Spencer, because Spencer has probably got a bit more damage. And this is Matt Flannery, looking very second-hand.
Oh, what's he doing?
I don't know. Oh, hang on. There's another one before the one I've just found. So this looks like the high-pace one.
Oh,
there wasn't much in it, but it's quite a lot of damage. And then very shortly after that, just one minute ago, was this. So this is Russell Cowell, who was already nailed to the back of the field, got a big kicker. And that's going to be a broken front suspension, I think.
Easy to do there. It's very easy to misjudge that corner. It's one of those that there's two of them together and they look identical, don't they? But one of them opens out slightly and the other one tightens up. And very easy to misjudge it.
Matt
Difficult,
Flannery,
tricky corners, deceiving.
Yeah. Matt Flannery's made his way back to pit road. Russell Cowell is... Where's Russell Cowell? In pit road as well, is he? I'm not sure anymore.
You have to hit your apexes on this circuit. If you want to stay safe, you've got to hit your apexes.
I don't know where Russell Cowell's car is.
He's in the pits.
Is he? Oh, yeah. Yep. I can see it now. He's on the out road, though, which is odd. Right,
he's out. He's quit.
Oh, is he gone?
So out.
Right. Quit. So, yeah, he's left the session. That's a shame.
Now, yeah.
Again, Nordschleife is one of those tracks where Stefan's gapped Simon a little bit. I don't know whether that's due to an incident. If it is, it's not on my screen. But yeah, the Nordschleife is one of those tracks where once you start getting damage, you just get more and more damage.
Yeah, that's cumulative, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like snowball effect.
You have to get this section is like what you were saying before about if you don't get that last corner, which is a tricky little corner, right? You're not carrying any pace up these hills.
No,
you're going uphill, you know. You're losing time all the way.
So what I normally suffer with, going around this corner here, I think that I'm on a different bit of track. Oh no, it's the previous one. See, I got it wrong just doing that. There's two corners that go left and they both look identical in terms of trees and Armco barriers and things like that.
Yeah.
And because my attention span is the same as that of a goldfish, as Spencer McCarthy has found, caught and passed Jason Haddington. So Jason has not been to the pits and has a damaged car. So we can appreciate the speed at which Spencer has just passed Jason. Jason going very fully sideways through that corner where Spencer crashed before. So that's that.
He's trying very hard.
Oh, he's doing a great job. He is doing a great job. Jason Haddington is still in his start position, even after that. Now, Arnaud Chenonnier still in the tow. Two Hyundai Elantras. Getting to the top of the hill here. That's very, very deep from JB into that corner, but he's going to be fine. He'll get a good driver off. And then into this embanked corner. I do like this camera angle for this corner because it makes me feel sick. It's great. And then off up the hill.
These cars enjoy this circuit. It's very nice driving in a Elantra around here.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, I don't think I've driven the Elantra. I've driven the Veloster around here, and like you say, they are very similar. At the front, we've got a bit of a gap forming between these cars. 1 second, 1.2 seconds between each of them now.
It's just stretched slightly.
Yeah, it's a bit distended.
Interesting.
This is Matt Elmore.
On the
big climb. Right. Oh, he's got a bit of curb there. Oh, left a bit, right a bit. Oh, he's done well there. That's good.
Well done.
That was less of a drama than I expected it to be.
Well, could have been so much worse, that's for sure.
Stefan losing ground to Stephen Walker now. Further back, these two, I think, have just decided, yeah, we'll just run together because we'll get lots of footage on the broadcast. Oh dear.
They're starting to spread just a little bit. I'm just thinking about this. Who the leader is going to take the lead? They're coming up to the big straight. If that's going to make the slight gap that they've got, if that's good. Oh,
that's Matt Elmore. Oh,
Matt.
So he's done both sides of the car. I don't think that balances it up necessarily.
I'm not sure that's necessarily good for his vehicle.
No, and he's jumped to the pits. So, fast repair for Matt Elmore. Can join Russell Cowell back there in pit road.
Is he?
Just that one.
They've got?
Just that one.
He hasn't used it before, has he?
No. Russell Cowell's the only one requiring, a hatful at the minute.
See how these are closed up? It didn't spread them out. They couldn't.
Look at this.
They all got such a good. Hello.
Arnaud Chenonnier.
There it is.
Past JB Dejoux. This is 5th place. This is more than worth fighting for. This.
Wow, this is a fantastic drive by him. It's worked for this, aren't they? Because they've been driving cheek by jowl for quite a long time now.
Well, pretty much for the full 36 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, they've been going at it hammer and tongs. Well, I hope he can get in the tow. Come on. Come on, JB, get in that tow. Come on, mate.
Yeah, I think JB will do all right with the car to follow. Often following a car is a lot easier than leading, isn't it? You can let them They find the mistakes before you get there, if you know what I mean.
As long as you don't follow them into them.
Exactly, which is usually my problem. Trying to see if we can get a better camera on this car, but I don't think we can. See what it looks like from the inside, but I wanted to see the paint job on the outside, so never mind.
Oh, look at that, making use of every inch of the track. This is good driving.
It is, yeah. Both doing exceptionally well, it has to be said. Up at the front, there are gaps forming, Alan. So Stephen's got...
They keep...
Yeah.
It keeps stretching and then coming back together, you know. It's just that piece of elastic. You know, they haven't got to snapping point. Any of them have got to, you know, they're just not making the snapping point.
No.
And they're hanging a kind of around the edge. It sort of goes out, doesn't it? Then comes back. You can almost feel the tension when
yeah.
You know, it's almost got it. It's because it's getting very close.
It's a great feeling, actually.
By hundreds, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like eking it out by hundreds. Goodness me. It's great driving by all of these drivers. Look at this. These three have been going at it. You know, this is flat out, eyeballs out, fast as you like. I couldn't do these laps, and they've been going at it really well. It's beautiful to watch.
Yeah, this is lap 5. I wonder whether this is pit stop territory yet, or they need to do one more on top of this. Stephen
Sure,
Walker,
they could do one more, can't they?
Yeah, I think so. You want to run it dry, really, don't you? But Stephen Walker has posted the fastest lap of the race, 8:48.81.
Ooh, cracking lap.
It is a good lap.
What were they doing in quali? They weren't doing 8:48s, were they?
Do you know what? I can't remember what I said now. I didn't read it out at the beginning. I think they were 8:50s, weren't they? Right, that's a pretty good lap.
Mm.
I think it might have been an 8:46 quali lap from Stefan. I don't know why I think that. I'm just making it up now in my head.
Well, it'll do for comparison.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this section of the track. It's you've just got to get your line right. You know, it's so easy to get the apexes and you get your line right. It just flows so easily. You just get it slightly wrong. You get a wheel on the grass and that's it. It's Ormco City and wow, just the world of pain.
Yeah. This was the corner I was saying that I disliked the most. I've crashed more at that one.
Right, yes.
Than at any other corner on this circuit.
It's a very good receptive double Ormco barrier.
Yes, it is. It really does help you get around the corner. However, it doesn't leave your car in a very good state for the rest of the track. There's 72 turns on this track.
I love this right-hander here.
Yeah, that's good because it's uphill. You feel like you've got all the grip in the world. It's brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely flat to the floor going around there. Beautiful.
And it's that corner, or is it the next
one? If you don't
get
it right, you need to keep your pace around there because this is ages. If you don't get that right, you're losing time all the way.
This corner here looks like the previous right-hander, and it catches me out every time because I go gunning for it. And it's
yes,
the previous one.
This one leads, yes, the other one tightens. And this one opens, and this is the one that you need to be quick on because you're going up the hill.
The amount of times,
get that right. Well,
the amount of times I've come round it and gone, which corner is this again? And then just smashed it straight into the wall. Yeah.
No, it's very tricky. But if you get it wrong and you don't get a good exit from that last corner, then all the way up this hillside, up the valley, you're losing time.
Very much.
It's a painful process when you've got the siren running. You can see the red. Because even if you've got green numbers all the way there, you can soon wipe them out effortlessly.
Matt Elmore says he stopped at the pie van with Carl. That was even before the race started, that message, but I missed it the first time. Simon
Carl's still on the track, and He's with Roger still. In there, and
well,
Roger's got a gap.
He's got a big gap. That's 10
Yeah.
seconds nearly. He's got.
Yeah, Roger's got a gap, so he'll be relishing this, honestly. But Cole's still in the race and still scoring points.
He is
running ninth,
yeah,
and he hasn't crashed, which is, you know, he predicted he was going to crash out and wouldn't do very well. He's still there after 5 laps as my captain. Come on.
So who do you think has moved forward the most then since the start, Alan? Who's your money on?
I would think JB or Arno have got to be a good guess, haven't they?
Or
Roger. Or Roger.
Roger's up 7 places from his start position. Remember what we were saying? Starting position, if you're not going to be on the front row, does it really matter that much around here? I suppose in a big grid it would, but for a grid this size, where you're racing the track more than you're racing your opponents, technically, he's doing really well. He's in 8th place and moving forward constantly. He now has a big challenge though, because the next car on track, that's a strange line into the banks to turn, the next car on track is 37 seconds up the road. It's Jason Morris.
Yes. Well, they're old friends, so. He'll be chasing. Oh no, that doesn't look good, does it?
No, I think there's only 2.5 wheels on that wagon, trying to keep out of his teammate's way as Sam goes past him there. That wasn't what caused the damage, though. I think it might be this.
Going down the hill.
Oh, he's got curb and he's offline and out.
Wheel on the grass, no stopping.
Yeah, he hadn't even got into the turn where I normally crash. That's just around that corner there. There's the Pete Bingham corner. They're going to have to put a plaque on that, you know, in real life for me. Right, then back to the front here. So that may well be the last we see of Spencer. He's already been in the pits and used his fast repair once.
Wow, it doesn't surprise me. You know, we've raced, Roger and I raced around here in TCRs. It doesn't surprise me to see him doing really well.
He's doing spectacularly. It's amazing.
He'll be
he's
delighted.
Up so many places.
Yeah, and it's just his brother's car. That would be. It's really great that they're all together. Chasing Jason, headed Cole and put time into it. But Cole's still on the road, so happy days.
Wow, your race leader.
Seen pits.
Your race leader just did an
8:47.7. There's the gap.
Yep, and he's gapped by 2.5 seconds.
That's a gap.
Stefan. So that is probably outside of tow range now.
Yeah, that's the biggest we've had by far. No, it is outside of tow, I think.
Yeah. JB
2 seconds probably
has caught back up with Kylie. Sorry, not Kylie, Arno Shinonier.
Oh no. Well, it doesn't surprise me because, you know, they've been locked together. So I'm glad.
The entire race.
The entire race.
45 minutes of staring at each other's cars. Back at the front. So Simon didn't manage to do anything with the amount of gap that he brought down through the chicane here. It's a really fast chicane, that. Very shallow line from Stefan, a very broad line through there from Simon.
We're going to see Simon make a move on Stefan now.
Could happen.
To stop Stephen getting away.
He is stretching his legs. It's a 2.4 second gap at the minute.
Well, if Simon's got the pace, it seems to me he would need to, if he's planning on doing a pit stop strategy and getting in front that way, he would need to be staying within striking distance of Stephen.
Yeah.
And like you say, we're looking at maybe pit stops at the end of this lap.
There's Stephen. Big gap. There's Stefan and Simon together. You would expect these two to pull together again, given the fact that they're on very, very long straights at the moment. This one being one of the longest straights. I used to know some of the names of these, but they now evade me.
It's a big, long, loopy one.
Sounds like me, if you know what I mean.
It's a beautiful
I think that was Schradenkreuz. I'll get absolutely destroyed by Stefan if he comes in the chat and corrects my German.
Oh, don't even try. Don't upset the lad.
No. Definitely not. So Simon's getting very businesslike here.
Well, if anything's going to prompt him to do that, it's going to be Stephen disappearing down the road. It's going to make him twitchy, isn't it?
It is. 3 seconds is the lead. So it's not extending yet. It was 2.5, I suppose, so yes it is, but not to the level it was.
Not the rate it is, yeah. Well, they're wised up to it and Stefan will be eyeballs out.
Yes, so
I just hope the pressure doesn't cause an error, because that's often the case, isn't it?
It is, yeah. We're over halfway now, so your prediction of 10 laps, I think, is spot on. Because including a pit stop, I don't think it'll give them time to do an 11th.
I think if they were faced with 11 laps, they'd probably be looking at mass suicide, wouldn't we?
Yes. Oh, dear.
Now, there's Jason getting stuck into the sand.
Yeah, see, that's
away with that
cheating.
nicely.
He didn't even try. He didn't even try and turn. So hopefully that.
He realised it was never going to work, so he gave up before he started.
Yeah, yeah.
A man who knows his limits, that's what Clint said, isn't it? Man got to know his limits.
That's right, yeah.
Wow, that is a gap.
Yeah, it's now getting a lot bigger. So 3.7 seconds nearly is, well, it is now, is that lead. These two are getting dropped by Stephen Walker. I do believe that he's done this before around here. Maybe his brother remembers, so if Tony's still watching, remind me whether Stephen did this once before, because I'm pretty sure he did.
Well, there was a time when he won every race.
Oh season. Yeah. And it's not the first time we've been here. We've been here a few times.
No, it's not the first time, but I've been here before with you in the box, I think.
Yes, and I've raced it, so this must be at least the 3rd time we've done the Nordschleife on TCRs. Obviously, it used to be the GT4 TCR Challenge. It's now just the TCR Challenge due to numbers. But the competition is still red hot.
And if you fancy your chances in a TCR, come and find out if you've really got it.
Yeah, definitely. Race in this league and see what you can do. We've had some enter our leagues before, particularly this one, thinking that they were better, and they found out very quickly that they were not. So it's a good challenge. That's why it's called the challenge.
There's some very canny races in here.
Yeah, ones that approach it very tactically, as well as the ones that are very, very fast. And then you've got some that combine those two principles very well, and it makes for very exciting racing.
Yes. Well, it makes for a great variety, doesn't it? You know,
Oh,
you
yeah.
just because the tracks almost, you know, especially with these cars, the tracks have given a variety to the which car's got a slight advantage. You know, the different tracks gives different drivers a better go because every driver likes a different track more, and it's always a tenth faster on his favourite track. So all the conditions always bring out the best in the drivers and different drivers. So you can never say who's going to be the winner and who's going to be. You know, you can get somewhere in the neighbourhood, but there's no way because the margins are so fine.
Yep, I'd
And
agree with that.
just much small things make such a big difference.
They really do, yeah. And the section that precedes the area that they're in now, that super fast section towards the end of the race, that really is one of my favourite areas of this track. You can really blast it through the corners. You feel safe because the campers are with you. That's a big gap now, Alan. 4.2 seconds to these two.
That's serious lead. Once he broke the toe, he's been no holding him, and the guys behind haven't been able to do anything about it. And I thought maybe Simon would actually nip in front of Stefan at that point and say, "Well, look, he's trying, look, and look, we need to get going because Stephen's getting away."
Yeah, I don't know whether they're going to pit or not on this. No, then.
Well,
oh, hang on. Yes, they are. Sorry, yes, they are. Right, okay.
Right. So maybe what is they weren't. They were all aware that they were going to go in the pits this time. So
yeah. Now,
we'll see.
As long as nobody speeds,
Well,
no one overshoots the box.
Stephen's been these are pit stop experts, but I would say pit stop experts. And Stephen's been in the front for a long time, so he wouldn't be able to save any fuel the way that Simon will have been with 2-car tow.
I always find it very, very easy for drivers to overshoot the box once they've been travelling so fast, and then they come to such a slow pit road. So they've all done that perfectly. Let's see.
And 1, 2, 3 in the pits. You couldn't get a better picture, could you? That's perfect.
Absolutely.
There they are. That's gorgeous. There they are.
Revs
4
are up.
cars in a row.
Revs are up for Stephen, and he's away. Oh, and Simon's going to jump Stefan. So that's pivotal. Oops, sorry, that's pivotal. Everybody else is in pit road now. So Jamie, Arnaud, JB, Jason Morris. 46 seconds. We'll have to wait till we find Roger Morton. But let's see what's going on here. So Simon Trendle has come out 1.9 seconds behind the leader. That he's hauled that in. He's taken 2 seconds or more out of that.
Yeah.
He's taken 3 seconds.
I expected him to take a chunk, and I really expected him to get in front of
Stefan. Right.
But not by that much.
No, that's significant, that.
Not by that much, goodness me.
So Jamie out on track, no issues with his pit stop. Arnaud Chenonnier and JB, good grief. Basically on top of each other leaving pit road. Jason Morris has caught up with them now.
Oh, if we don't get a black flag, be careful, guys.
Yeah, don't get over that white line, whatever you do, because you will get punished. Mr. Morton leading the safeguard by results pit road.
Come on, guys. Come
race.
Come on, Carl.
I mean, these two must be going
together.
Are you joking? We've got another 35 minutes of this. Staring at the back of your car again.
Oh, he's making a move. He's making a move here.
He's done that.
He's
That's
seen
excellent.
the red.
Yeah.
What a hey, that was sharp, wasn't it?
It was great.
Yeah, no.
Good effort.
Nobody took tyres, did they?
No.
So 90 minutes around here. I bet they're going to be in a bit of a sad state by the end.
I would think so, yeah. Although the long straights
they do an hour, okay.
Yeah.
You know, they do an hour, okay, don't they? So.
Yeah, 90 minutes is a bit of a stretch, isn't it? So.
They do. The cars do drive well with worn tyres, I've been told. So, well, somebody should know what they're talking about. So, I hope they don't get tyre problems.
Yeah, interestingly, Jason Morris, he's been off track a few times, has caught up with these two fairly well, to be honest.
Wow, that's it. Now Jason won't hesitate to come forward if he's got the pace on these guys. By any degree, he'll be trying to get past them.
Yeah, and you don't even have to flash your lights in a car like that, do you? Because your paint scheme does everything for you. The car in front of you will see you come in from at least a year back.
Yes, well, certainly marking his progress.
Yes. Somewhere around here there are some cars. There they are. There we go.
So that's Jason's doing a great drive, but he knows the track well, and
that's a lot of curves.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I think there's risks being taken here by.
Well, he's chasing hard, isn't he?
He really is. He wants the toe. That's what he's after. I think he'll possibly have it now. He's 1.2 seconds back.
Oh,
no, he's hauling it in. Look, he's hauling it.
Oh, he's got it. At 1.2 seconds, he's easily got it.
Yeah, he's brought that down to 0.8 of a second now. He'll be right on them by the time they get to the top of the hill. They go down this really steep bit here and then fire it up the other side of the mountain here. And then this is where your car is almost uncontrollable. Oh, and there you go.
Right.
As if I had predicted the future, your car does go uncontrollable.
Very light and bang and oh dear. Easy to get it wrong.
Yeah, I think that's a reset. It is.
Well, that's very unfortunate.
Massively so. How many times have we jumped to the scene of the crime tonight? So this is JB and Arnaud still scrapping.
He was pushing on so hard, though, you see. I mean, he put the pressure on himself, didn't he? He was pushing on so hard, you could see that he was taking chances.
Yeah, and he was taking lots of curb earlier in the lap, and I think he did the same thing there and was the latest victim of the green hell. Ooh, JB.
Oh, that was okay.
Good catch. Good catch.
Ooh.
That's a Code Brown moment, though, isn't it?
Yes, that will have certainly given him an adrenaline spike and a half.
It really will, yeah. So, as the Green Hell claims its latest victim in the form of Jason Morris, we watch these two who are umbilically attached to one another, JB and Arnaud. Although Arnaud has pulled a gap now, big enough to break the toe. I don't know whether JB's got damage from hitting that curb in the way he did. Hard to tell. Let's go on board with him. I don't go on board with him, actually. I seem to curse people when I do this. Steering looks straight to me. I think he's probably just regrouping. Probably had a bit of a scare. He's dropping. Oh no, he's actually hauling it in now. He's closing.
Looks like he's pressing on to me.
yeah, I think he really is. You need a little lift going into this one. Get back on the gas as soon as you can.
Yeah,
you want to be flat through here, and he's lifted. But yeah, you have to be flat, yeah, to get real pace, and then scrub your speed as much as you can. Second gear around this right-hander on board with JB Dejoux. And then into this thing, which is the bane of my life, it really is. Because I do similar to what JB's done, but I end up on the flat bit at the top.
No, you've got to keep it inside the inner ring.
Who misses. He's lost time through that whole section there. He's lost another second, so he's 3.6 behind Arnaud Chenonnier now. And that's outside of toe.
You come out the rotunda, when you slow out the rotunda, you're going up this large hill for a long time, and you're losing pace. You've got to get a good exit, because it's a very nice hill to come up, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Everything comes very nicely. Then you come onto this really quite tricky bit down the hill here. This right-hander. Oh, very easy to lose it. Get the car out of shape, and then this left-hand is lethal. But beautiful second gear coming round here. Yeah, gorgeous little section. I love it. But
yeah, a bit wide there.
It's steep, and the camber catches people out. It does.
Yeah, the camber's not always with you on this track, is it? When it is, it's
No,
brilliant.
no,
When it's not, it's miles away from you.
So,
I like this next section where you dive down here through this little S section.
gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah,
And,
over this little brow.
Yeah, the car goes light.
Yeah. Bend it there a few times.
Doing this very nicely.
And then flat. Don't lift all the way through here. Keep your foot in. Don't lift. Don't lift. Keep going. I love this section of the track. Camber's with you on all these corners, except this one. So this one really wants to punish you. And then the next one's just evil.
And it's beautiful left-hander. Get it in tight, otherwise you're in trouble.
Yep.
Oh.
Through this little cambered corner. Nicely done.
That's one of the last bits of the old track. That's one of the original bits of the circuit. Like them turned a bit. They're old, from the 20s, I think.
Yes. And then you're on to Dottingham. So
what a straight that is.
It's just immense, isn't it? I mean, it's in different time zones.
It's just on a side to folding. That's about driving there in Aston Martin, I've got to say.
We missed this while we were on board with. Carl Hardy getting it very wrong at the bottom of the hill there.
Is he overtaking somebody or being overtaken?
Being overtaken by Sam Blease.
Yes.
Who is on a recovery drive, much delayed. He's 3 positions down from the start position. Our furthest forward driver still is Mr. Moore.
Roger's doing a sterling drive, and I'm not surprised.
He's carrying damage. He's carrying damage.
Oh.
He's got a bent front bumper. I can't find a decent camera angle to show it, so I'm not going to bother trying any harder than that.
Well, it might hurt his hero a little bit. Hopefully it won't have knackered his top speed, because that would be awful. Because you really need your top speed around here.
So just to get everybody back up to speed with where everybody is, Stephen Walker is your race leader now. He's managed to eke himself out a whopping 4.4 seconds over Simon Trendle, who is in second, who has himself a 4.3 second gap over Stefan Goebel. I think Stefan's going to be annoyed-ish because he really was the standout car in qualifying. I know his gap wasn't enormous, but he looked like he was confident and could have done really well today. And I suppose he is doing really well.
I think he's doing really well.
Yeah.
I think he's driving really well, and he's driving probably as well as he can. I just think, you know, it's a simple matter with it. He's got 2 other drivers in this field who are really very class. You know, they're classy drivers. Simon and Stephen are just very fast.
Yep.
They are, and I think Stefan's driving brilliantly, you know, and I think he can be very happy with the way he's driving. I think just the sheer pace of these two is very hard. You know, once they get their eye in, and once they're settled into a thing, it's, you know, over the time of 90 minutes, they're a tough nut to crack.
Very, very tough nuts. 28 seconds back. Still on the same, technically still on the same straight, I suppose, is Jamie Wilson for Team Chimera. Another 28 seconds back is somewhere in the distance there. Hang on a minute. Here he comes, Arnaud Chenonnier. And his racing partner for the last 40 odd minutes, is there. That's JB Dejoux. And then we've got nearly a minute before we find Roger Morton. That shows how accomplished the top 6 are, Alan, when they have a 1 minute gap to the next car back.
Well, I think we've seen that actually. We've seen evidence for that all season. We've had these the top 6 breaking away.
Yeah.
But it's not always the same 6.
No, we don't usually include Arno and JB in that 6 number. I think we've got some, without wanting to curse them any more than I already have cursed drivers tonight, we've got some real candidates here for driver of the evening. I have no idea who I'm going to pick at the moment. I don't know about you.
Well, I've got an idea.
Is he on screen anytime now by any chance?
Could be.
Could be. Right, we'll go back live because we are a bit delayed. I've been watching replay far too long. JB round for...
JB's, where's Arno?
Arno is 4 seconds ahead now. So that he's gapped JB fairly significantly. Those gaps are building in the field now. Technically, the closest battle is here between Sam Blease and Roger Morton. Sam Blease closing him down very rapidly, lapping. What is that? That's I can't see it anymore. His last lap was 5 seconds quicker.
Yeah, it's a classic Sam Blease fight back. He'll be right in the zone and relishing. He loves to drive, and when he gets like this, he's incredibly quick. He loves to fight back. We've seen it time and again, him driving through the field, and this is actually a great track to do these kinds of things on. You know, it's so spacious and great. You can just set out and go about it, and you know, he's got the bit between his teeth, and he's driving very quickly.
Yeah, and when you look at the timings, we've got Audis in 1st, 3rd, and well now 8th with Sam Blease. The Audi tonight has been utterly the most competitive of the cars, with the Honda in 2nd place really, and then the 2 Hyundais after that. We've not had that, have we? It's been the opposite way for a lot of races.
Certainly, it's outstanding performance by the Audis. We haven't seen them, with the exception of Steeman, of course.
Yes, yes.
Who has always proved the exception of the rule with the Audi. So, but that's a special relationship, I suspect.
I suspect that as well. Yeah, this gap is reducing very rapidly now. It's down to 2.7 seconds.
Well, I doubt Roger's far too wise ahead. Try and stave off Sam when Sam's coming like this.
Yeah, he's
Roger
just taking...
wants to keep his points, and he wants to get to the end of the race, and you know, he'll pick his fight with somebody who he can race with. But I don't think he's going to try and pick a fight with Sam.
I don't think he's going to pick a fight with him for more than one reason. While Sam is closing on him at a ridiculous rate, he's now under 2 seconds, and it's reducing still. I'll just play something in a second, but not yet. I think that Mr. Blease has to pit again, given where he originally pitted.
Really?
Yeah, I do believe. So he pitted on... Where did he pit? His pit lap was lap 2. So in theory, he needs to pit this lap.
He's bringing it up to pit.
So even... Roger's not going to bother. He'll know that, surely.
Perhaps Sam, that's why Sam's in a hurry then.
Yeah. Oh, Spencer McCarthy has rejoined the track.
Well, you know, we're early in this lap.
Yeah.
Got a long way to go. We're running out of fuel.
And then we had this not long ago. I hope it's not a bad. It's Carl Hardy.
Oh no.
At Death Corner, this is where Spencer
went
off
no. Oh, it's a bad corner to go off.
Oh, and he's done exactly what Spencer did, funnily enough.
done so many times. I don't like seeing my captain doing that.
No, hopefully
Still,
there's no
he's
damage.
driven away, no meatball. He might have a little bit of damage, but he hasn't got a meatball, eh? So we can stand a bit of losing a bit of aero or something.
Yeah,
as long as it's steering straight.
Occasionally you end up one crash leading to the next crash, but let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yes, we don't need that.
Not at all. Sam has very much caught Roger now. We'll have to see what happens with that.
We'll have to see, because you know Roger is a very, very good defensive driver. And I think if he wanted to stick that car in the way of Sam, he could do. And, you know, be difficult.
Yeah, Spencer will relish the overtake that he's just done by leaving pit road. That was the overtake. He's passed Jason Morris there.
See, was that his first pit stop?
No, that's his third, I think. Third. Sorry, second pit stop there. Spencer, both of them caused by testing the Armco barrier, I think.
So he's had to have repairs as well and repair time.
2 lots of repairs as Sam Blease blasts his way around Roger Morton, who's not going to be that bothered because as long as he's been paying attention, he'll know that Sam owes 1 pit stop.
He knows which fights to pick, was Roger. And he's doing a brilliant drive, and he's got, like you said before, he's got a little bit of damage himself.
Yeah, and this tow that he's going to get down the Dottinger now is going to be massive for him. So, yeah, whether he can, he won't be able to save fuel because you are absolutely towing all the way down here, but it will definitely improve his fastest lap time, I'm sure. It's been a while since he was in the tow, and he's going to relish being in the tow of someone as fast as Sam Blease. So I expect Sam to pit. It's entirely guesswork. He may be able to get 1 more lap out of it. It depends where the fuel is. He's not going to have to pit for very long, even when he does. And it is now, so Roger gets that position back again.
That was really well spotted though, Pete.
Yeah, I'm usually utterly clueless, so I'll take that.
It's a really good spot.
And Roger carries on. So
yeah, he'll be a happy boy.
Here's your race leader, Stephen Walker. He was
having a bit of trouble with his braking though. Did you notice? So
who was that?
Roger.
Oh, I don't know.
He had a wobble with his brakes.
Oh, did he?
I hope he's not got too much of an issue.
You remember what I said about 1 crash leading to another?
Oh no, don't.
I don't like the fact that this is. What has he done there?
Oh, keep off the grass. So at least there's one. This is one place where you can go on the grass and have a chance of getting back.
David Ayres, cue all the pie jokes you like now. Did he spot an advert for Gins? Why is he pitting again?
Oh no! Has he got damage? Or a slowdown or a drive-through?
Oh, it could be penalties, couldn't it? No, he's dropping into a pit box.
Yeah, it's going into the pit box.
But why? He's already pitted.
Can't be a stop and go. Perhaps it needs. Oh.
This must be a splash and dash.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Bizarre. So there's a few in pit road at the minute. Kylie's in pit road again.
Wow.
And these are voluntary.
Wow, well,
so we've had Sam Blease, obviously.
It's not like long since they were in, though, is it?
No,
so there's no way that. I mean, they should have been fueled to the end without any problem. Baffling.
There's lots happening at the minute. I'm just going to play some of these. There's loads happening, by the way. So this is Matt Elmore.
Well, Matt's been trying a nice steady race since he after
So what I do know of the TCRs,
he's stuck to that Armco. Goodness me, won't let him go.
I think he's snapped his front suspension there, so he will use a fast repair there and be back on track.
Did he have one left?
He had his fast repair still, yes.
Oh, okay.
Which is good. And then Mr. Hardy, after doing a splash and dash in the pits, did this inexplicable move.
Who's having a pie?
Yeah, I think there's going to be multiple pie jokes.
Who's pie-eyed?
Matt Elmore came back to the track and then jumped to the pits and has stayed in the pits, just so you know. We'll go back to live running after all that drama.
Oh, that's bad luck for Matt. He was really doing well.
He will get overhauled before the end by Matt Flannery, Spencer, and no, maybe not, because I don't think they're on track. So I think he might be safe. They're still in the pits, I think.
Yeah, and they're a lap down. He's not a lap down, is he?
No, not yet. He will be. So, Stephen Walker is your race leader on screen. Looking imperious so far, but I've cursed lots of drivers tonight already. He has a massive 8-second lead over Simon Trendle, who's...
Oh!
Wow, that was a proper fucking Bronco, that one, wasn't it?
Crikey.
Oh, and again.
Keep hold of that. That was a piece of fine driving there to save that one. That was going.
Yeah, that Honda is alive. It's got a mind of its own.
Wow, well, he's not giving up. He's still trying to catch Stephen.
I know, yeah. He's going to have to catch the front axle of his car at this rate.
And he's got a reasonable gap over Stefan. He's built up a comfortable gap. But he's not holding back, is he?
No, he needs to calm that down, though. Otherwise, he'll not be in second place for very long.
Simon Trendle knows what he's doing.
Oh, dear.
So, perhaps he's just enjoying the drive so much.
Maybe. So...
It is a great place to push yourself.
It's a lovely paint job, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or it was, because I think that it's all going to go...
It's been...
that's a big hit.
Better days.
Yeah, that's the first, as I understand it, as we keep watching.
Oh, dear, dear, dear. Oh, I don't like to see this.
No, now the problem is...
I'm a bit of a fan of Jason these days.
Oh, yeah, me too. The problem is he's going very fast now, and he probably doesn't realise that next time he tries to turn heavily to the right, the car isn't going to favour him. Because he's hit the right-hand side of the car. So I think when he goes through this fast right-hander, he's going to have no turn. Oh, no.
Oh!
Snapped on him. Bash.
Oh,
and it gripped hold of the Armco barrier. So he has jumped to pits.
That's very unfortunate.
Very, yeah. He was having a reasonable race, I think. So back at the front.
Certainly, it would have been doing better than he thought he was going to do, and would have been pleased.
Yeah.
I think he can still be pleased, actually. The way he was driving was excellent, and this is tough old place. It's impossible to practice in off-round. Because,
you could spend weeks.
You could spend a year, weeks.
Yeah.
And,
absolutely.
It's still never going to get it. It's impossible.
Simon Trendle, second place at the moment, 8.3 seconds of air in front of him, and 7 seconds of air behind him before we find Stefan. Where is Stefan? There he is in the distance there. Then we've got 27, nearly 28 seconds back down the road, so this will be on the Dottingerho with Jamie Wilson.
Another good drive by Jamie.
Very good, very good.
He's only lost 20-odd seconds in 19 minutes around here.
Yeah, incredible. And then another incredible drive, Arnaud Chenonnier. Further back in fifth, 35 seconds behind Jamie Wilson. Don't be too concerned about the time gaps, folks. Oh, Matt Elmore, 9 minutes of repairs because he's used his fast repair. So that will bring, he might get back on track, but not for very long. And then another great drive, JB Dejoux, 6.8 seconds behind Arnaud Chenonnier now, his race partner. And then the gap gets massive. So that's the top 6. We've said this before. Top 6 have already eked out a huge lead over everybody else. Roger Morton is 1 minute 7 seconds behind JB, and that's fairly significant.
That's pretty good. But Sam's there, look.
Yeah, Sam Blees, 28 seconds, a little bit further back down the road. You can use the word a little bit on Nurburgring for a very big number.
Considering Roger and Sam were together and Sam had to go in the pits, he's still running 8.
Can't argue, can you? You can't argue.
That wouldn't happen on any other circuit.
Definitely not. That's the unique nature of Nurburgring.
I'm still trucking, which I'm delighted about.
Yeah, Carl Hardy next in line, still up 4 places from his start position, given the woes that we saw not too long back. I don't think he looks quite as smooth as he did at the beginning of the race, but he's carrying damage. 54 seconds behind Sam Blees now, ahead of him, but 36 seconds ahead of Chris Needham behind him. So racing with all his mates, car full of pies. Hopefully he can keep it focused to the end of the race. Yeah, happy boy. On to the
He'll be delighted to finish. He'll be delighted to finish.
Yeah, I would think anybody should be.
Yeah.
Because it's a significant achievement. Chris Needham is the last one on lead lap now. 10th place, so 10 cars lead lap. He is 35 seconds behind Carl Hardy, but he's in a very comfortable position, having 13 minutes to the car behind him.
13 minutes?
Yeah, because everybody else behind has had a crash, including Chris Needham, to be fair. It is substantial, you're right, yeah. Fastest lap of the race is Stephen Walker, last lap round, 8 minutes, 47 seconds, .11.
Wow. Getting close to that 46, isn't he?
Yeah.
That was what, quali lap?
Spencer McCarthy at my least favourite corner.
It's because you try and go too quick.
Yeah. That's a lot of grass, but not hit a wall, score.
Got away with it.
Got away with it.
Oh, this is that one of your favourite corners, look.
Yeah. Yeah. This bit, heading down the hill here, I feel out of control all the time.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Snake, snake, snake.
I'm on the ragged edge. Oh, it's this corner here. I never get that close to the inside curb. Yeah, I feel like I'm on the ragged edge of everything, all the way down the hill, all the way down to this corner here. This is even a fast corner, this. Open it up in 3rd gear and then fire it up the hill. Yeah, off the gas, brilliant. Let the camber take you. Let's just jump on board with him. And then up here. Now, this next section looks identical to the section after it. So you go up the hill, through this left-hand kink, and I always think, oh, look, I'm on the really fast bit. The next corner goes onto the super fast bit up the hill. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It tightens there.
Yeah. And then up you go again. And then this bit looks the same as the previous bit where you went round to the left. But now you're on the big climb. So you keep your foot in.
Lift. Bad idea to lift.
Bad idea to lift. Yeah, never lift. It's Nordschleife. 10 seconds to the car in front. Car doesn't ever get to it's not pinging off the limiter unless you're in the toe. Look at that. nearly flat all the way up the hill. Brilliant racing from Simon Trendle. Sticks in it all the way up. Amazing amount of car control and grip.
Oh, he's superb. And this is so tricky. Get around here. You've got to get, because you know, after you've had that long flat out where you've done nothing, you just pedal to the metal to actually bring the car on the control and get through these twisty bits. You see?
Yeah, he's taking my line. And it's little bits like that, like that each lap, which means that Stephen Walker ahead of him, who we are now on board with in the Audi, is gaining the advantage for just those little tiny bits there.
Mind
I do like this.
Time in doing many of those. You know.
No, it's true.
This is dangerous as well. This is a dangerous bit of track.
It is, yeah. The camber runs away from you there. It comes back to you in this corner, and then this right-hander is pretty lethal. If you get the curb there, your history.
It's right under the camber's a nightmare.
Yeah, yeah. Up and over the brow of this hill, and then this is ridiculously slow, really, this next turn, compared to what you've been racing. That's a lot of curb.
Very easy to get it out on that side there.
Yeah. This little S section is brilliant. Big grin as you go over this little bump.
Oh.
And then flat out now. Toe in, don't lift. Just stick your toe to the floor. All the way through all of this. No lift, no lift. Keep going.
Don't close your eyes.
Oh, God, no. And then lift as you tip into the right-hander here.
It's a beautiful corner. You can take it really quick.
Brilliant. This one hates me. This one's killed me a few times.
Yeah, and easy to get away in the sun there.
Yep. Oh, that's a lovely line through there. Look how fast he went around that corner. That's amazing.
No. Carries all his pace and keeps the grip. I don't know how he does it. These people manage to do that kind of thing. I think it's to do with the amount of steering input. It's so perfectly matched to the acceleration and the speed of the car. They never fall out of alignment with each other. So they never start to fight.
No, true.
Or disagree, you know. Everything's always working in harmony.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, wow. Spencer.
Oh, you lucky boy, Spencer McCarthy. You lucky boy. That could have been horrendous.
He's laughing his head off.
Yeah.
You won't believe that. I bet he thought he was finished when it went off there. And he thought, oh, that's me.
Brilliant.
He drives away. Perfect.
Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, it's a beautiful right-hander. See what his line is. Look at that. You see? Oh,
so, this is the start of lap 11.
This has got to be the last lap, presumably.
Yeah, let me find somebody who's about to cross the line. We'll go with car 87, which is whom? It is Jamie of the Wilson. And let's see if we can see Barney on any cameras. Anybody waving a flag down there? Let's see.
They're in trouble.
I mean, they must be waving the flag now. Oh, it's just there, behind you. Behind that little stanchion, so we'll
They're still going to be on... They're still going to be way over time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. So this is going to be the last running lap. Who is that? Car 42 is going to be Arnaud Chenonnier. We're going to go on board with him and see if we can see anybody waving at us. If we can just drive slightly to the right-hand side of the road. So it should be in that little box there.
Hey there, Barney.
Couldn't see a thing. So, with our race leader, he's not slowing down, is he? That was horrendously fast. 10 seconds, nearly 11 seconds is his
I'll be ready for his cup of tea, so he's in a hurry.
Yeah. Not surprised.
Probably wants a wee.
I know I do.
Well, you just have to grin and bear it, mate.
I know.
Tie it off, that's what we used to do in the old days, isn't it?
Yeah, but technology's moved on so much since then.
David Coleman in the Olympics.
Yeah.
And he'd be low. I mean, what they were Iron Men, they were.
Aye, true. Simon Trendle, 11 seconds ahead of him, is the leader. 7 seconds behind him is a German driving a German car on a German track.
Yeah, I think, I don't think he'll be disappointed with that. I think he's driving really well. He's got to be happy with his drive. His car's looking shiny and good. He's done nothing wrong. He's driven beautiful laps. And he's not really any great distance behind two of the best drivers on iRacing.
Exactly that. You look at the iRating difference between himself and the 2 cars ahead, and there's 2,000 iRating between him and them, and he's got a decent iRating.
Yeah, I think he's got every reason to be pleased, and I think Stephen will be quietly delighted. I think he's done everything right, as far as I can tell. And Simon will be delighted to pick up second place points in a race where, it's so easy to lose everything. Oh!
Lucky boy.
Oh, goodness me, Captain.
Whew. Yeah, that was close. Oh, that's interesting.
Careful, darling. Goodness. Oh, my dicky dicker.
We've wandered onto the set of a low, folks. Oh, wow. Oh, good God.
JB. Oh,
JB.
That's the best tonight. Surely that's the best tonight.
That's the most violent crash we've seen. His rear axle snapped.
Goodness me.
He's not moving from that position very much, I don't
his
think.
tyres. He hasn't got any tyres.
No. That's a dead rear end on that car.
Oh, that was wicked. You don't often see a car doing reverse backflip like that.
No, it was quite dramatic. And he's ended up in pit road. Has he rejoined?
He's all right.
I think he's already rejoined the track. I don't think he'd used his fast repair, which is excellent. So he will still finish maybe 8th or something like that. Let's go back to the live footage. So if we can see one JB Dejou on the track, is he? He is.
Yes.
Get
fantastic.
in. Right.
Nice one.
Where is
Look at Sam.
Sam, please? Yeah, brilliant.
Is he caught up to Roger again yet?
He's only 10 seconds behind. And I say only because he's lapping 8 seconds faster per lap.
Wow. That's fantastic. What a drive. That's fantastic recovery drive.
Isn't it just?
He's been chasing so hard and he's had setbacks and it's so plucky, isn't it? It's such plucky stuff.
Very much so.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Come on.
So this is our race leader on the last lap of the race. This is second place. Perfect round there. Absolutely on it. 10 seconds back, but we've seen anybody can crash at any point.
I think he's actually toned it in slightly.
I think so as well. He looked a bit ragged earlier, didn't he?
Yes, he was starting to get a bit ragged. I think he was just pushing on a little bit too much because I think he maybe thought he could close the gap. He wanted to try it out, and why not? But I think he's staying a bit slightly better line now, a bit less ragged, like you said. Well, this would be a shame to put it off the road now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you just want to get across the line now, really, don't you? Is that JB in front of him? Or is that somebody else? I don't think it's JB. It's possibly... Chris Needham's done all right. He had a very early crash, if you remember. But he's recovered it very well. So he's up 4
Yeah.
positions from his start
Wow,
position, even with a crash.
all these guys that are finishing are bloody heroes, to be honest. Everybody's had a crash, they have to come back, haven't they?
Yeah.
Sometimes it was a crash too far.
Yeah, quite literally. Oh, right, so we must be coming up on the back of Matt Flannery here. Yes, we are. Who's a number of laps down now. 2 laps down.
Still going.
Still going.
Lap down, still on the road.
And there's quite a lot of...
Jameson.
Yeah, quite a lot of cars on 2 laps down. There's Matt Elmore, Matt Flannery, all the Matts apparently are on 2 laps down. Jason Haddington and Spencer.
Why is Jason in the pits? He don't just come out of the pits. He got...
Arnaud Chenonier's had an extracurricular journey, but has come back on track very quickly, so I think it was a very brief off. I don't think he's hit anything.
Spencer, he's doing fast laps as well. Crikey, they're all doing fast laps.
He really is, actually, yeah. He's on an 8:49.3, which is excellent. So, Stephen Walker.
49's at this stage of the race. Great, brilliant time, isn't it?
It really is.
Line, but yeah,
but Stephen Walker for the victory here at Nurburgring. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, bravo. Bravo. Fine, fantastic drive, really.
Yeah.
Very worthy winner. Very worthy second place. In fact, the podium self-selected, really. They're the drivers of the night, and very worthy podium sitters. Very nice to see. It's nice when the people that deserve to sit on the podium get it.
Too right.
And the order that they deserve. They all drove beautifully. In fact, anybody who's going to come to the end of the race and get over the line has done a sterling job. And it's unfortunate for the guys that can't.
Yeah. In the end, Jamie Wilson not that far off 3rd place, really. We'll see the timings later on.
Been driving so well just these last few weeks. Brilliant.
Look at this, Arnaud Chenonier.
This is different class for Arnaud, isn't it?
Yeah.
What a drive.
I don't know that he's had a 5th place or better yet, has he? I don't know.
That's got to be at least as good as his best, surely. I can't remember seeing him there, but he may have done. I'm not very good at remembering stuff like that, but that seems to be an outstanding performance by him.
Definitely, definitely.
There's our Roger in 6th, so Purple's wheels worked tonight.
Oh, really and Arnaud's happy with his performance. And
he
should be.
Yeah. Yeah. Well done, matey. Well done indeed.
Some way back.
Yeah. Roger's still got a way to come. Hope his wheels stay on. They look like they're not going to, but they do. Come on, you car.
He's for a Nurburgring lap, he's under a reasonable amount of pressure here because behind him is Sam Lees 6 seconds back and closing rapidly. He's not going to haul him in. But there's a visible gap there. You can see it.
Well, I bet Sam's licking his lips again. Got you.
He's still reeling him in, believe it or not. He's taking hundredths out of him every second at the moment.
If they've got another lap, they would easily keep him alive, wouldn't they?
I think so, yeah. I think another lap and he'd have him, but it's kind of balanced out now. He's not getting it anymore.
Get it now, I'm afraid.
So I think.
Well, it's a fantastic drive by Roger.
Yeah.
And a spirited drive by Sam, and most enjoyable as well.
Yeah, very entertaining. And he beats the boss, does Roger Morton.
He's going to be a happy boy. I wish I got an ear on there in their Discord room. There'll be some jubilation going around, let me tell you.
Yep, Sam Blees crosses the line in 7th, 2 places back from the start.
I'll be very happy for him.
JB the Shoe.
Still Look, oh, look at that. Is that right? That car going like that? Is that? Has it got square wheels on there or something?
JB's weaving quite a lot. What's going on in there? Is he?
I think that car's seen better days.
Yeah,
Oh
I think you're
God.
right. I think there's a few adjustments going on there.
Well, he's turning fairly sharp right, isn't he? But it seems to be going in a straight line, so that tells me something.
Yeah.
It tells him something as well. It's a miracle he's getting on the line. Come on. What a drive. That's what you call grit and determination. We love it. Fantastic. Fantastic. Fighting with his car, every inch of the way. Yeah.
Well done, JB.
Brilliant drive. Here's Chris, another great drive. His car, it looks almost reasonable, doesn't it?
It looks brand new.
Goodness me, I'm not used to seeing one that's got all the bits in the right place. Awesome.
I think he's just started racing. I'm not sure. He's had a crash right at the very start of the race, but he's recovered the situation.
He's a Valentine shop at the top of the straight or something.
Hand car wash.
He's on the interior as well, by the looks of it. Yeah,
good effort. Chris Needham.
Come on, Mr. Hardy. Bring it on home.
Oh, he's got no fuel.
Oh, he doesn't need it.
Now, I've seen cars not make it to the line from there, believe it or not.
Oh, he'll get out and push, don't worry.
Is that Roger coming up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll push him home, don't worry.
He's going to make it just. But I have seen cars pull up just short of the line.
Yes. Oh, heavens of Betsy. You finished. Well done. Goodness me. Here's Matt.
Yeah.
Has Matt got a car? Yeah, Matt looks like he's still got a car.
Yeah. He's doing all right, actually. He's in 11th place.
Bring it in.
Oh, there we go. He's listening.
Happy boy.
Flashing.
Yeah, come on.
Get on with it, Cap. Don't crash before the end, whatever you do. You're still going to beat Spencer. Spencer's still around about 4.2 miles back down the road. You can see it on the track map there. He's got a long way to go yet before he finishes.
It's just the odd 4 miles. Oh, careful, careful. Oh,
he can still crash it from here.
Oh, don't. Oh.
well done, Matt Elmore.
Oh, brilliant.
Over the line.
Brilliant. Crikey.
Funny stuff. And then our final combatant is Spencer.
Yeah, well done, Spence. Come on, look at this.
Might as well jump on board and see what this looks like.
This is going to be exciting.
So he's on this little embanked corner and then fires it up the hill. Double right-hander at the top of here. Gets you onto the dotting.
That's the little corner. You can get this wrong.
Yeah, the first one's sharper than you think. And then you just open it up and toe in at this one.
Just peels off in a beautiful way when you get it just right. And you carry all that pace down this hill, and you need it because you're going up the other side in a minute.
Yeah, and you have a sandwich, get your flask out, have a coffee.
I use my ear pillow and have a quick Thank you, time.
Hilarious.
My little tartan rug, you know.
Yeah.
Don't have to do anything till about here, really.
He's done his crossword. Crikey. Better curb.
Oh, he's all right. Yay! Well done.
Well, Perseverance gets Spencer 13th place. And points.
And points.
And points. Can't say
well, I
fairer
really
than
like
that.
it. You know, well done to everybody tonight. I think everybody who's finished is own determination, and we like that true spirit of racing. Very,
Very
very
much.
well done. Very well done indeed. That was brilliant.
It
Did
was.
us proud. Did us proud, lads.
So, your finishing order for tonight. Stephen Walker won the race and takes home all the plaudits in the top step of the podium for Spectre 6 Purple. Simon Trendle came home second for Team Chimera, with Stefan Goebel rounding out the top three and all the steps of the podium for VTS Esports. Jamie Wilson finished fourth for Team Chimera. Arnaud Chenonnier finished fifth for RWC Racing Red. Roger Morton finished sixth. Sam Blease was seventh with a great recovery drive, to be honest. JB Dejoux in eighth had an unfortunate late race crash, putting him back one position. Excuse me. Ninth was Chris Needham. 10th was Carl Hardy. 11th was Matt Elmore. Jason Haddington finished 12th. Matt Flannery was 13th. 14th was Spencer. We just saw him cross the line. Jason Morris was 15th. And Russell Cowell was last. So, let's take this back. I'm just going to do a few things before I get anybody into the booth. One of which is to mute iRacing so that we can hear what everybody has to say in very clear detail. We will stick it onto that, and then we shall do this.
Da, 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 da.
Now it's going to have to think for a few minutes, so
Oh, there you go.
we'll
Oh,
pop
that was
that on
nice.
the start of the race so that we've
Oh,
got everybody
that's
in
fancy,
view.
Pete. We like that.
Oh, we do know it's very nice, very sexy.
Lovely.
And let's bring into the interview room
Fine.
our race winner. It's fresh from a conversation with Sam Blease and Simon Trendle. Stephen Walker, good evening.
Hi, guys.
Yay!
So, very, very fascinating race from our perspective. You started second. Stefan did his best to try and gap you immediately. You were having not even a bar of that because you closed him down. You waited till the pit stops and then you decided, I've had enough of this, Stefan fellow. I'm off down the road.
Yeah, I'd managed. I think as we pitted, I'd managed to get the gap. I think it was between 3 and 4 seconds.
Mhm.
And yeah, I managed to just come out of the pits even further ahead and just try and. I was just driving as fast as I could after like lap 3 or 4, just because I was like, if I can break the toe, then I think I can pull away and just make it a bit less stressful. Apart from driving around that track, I don't want to make it any more stressful than it already is driving around
Yeah.
there. So, yeah, it was just I was just trying my best really. I'm happy with how I drove, apart from the last 2 laps.
And what's wrong with the last 2 laps?
One of them I dirtied and cost myself some time, and then very last lap it should have been a bit quicker, but my foot had started going to sleep, so
Right.
I wasn't braking as well as I should have been. But
But you still managed to get fastest lap of the race by over 2 seconds.
yeah, I'm just happy to finish and win, and I know Sam had issues, so the rest of the season was going to be even more stressful. But with the way I drove, that's probably the best race I've had all season.
Yes, I'd agree with
Fantastic
that.
performance, wasn't
Yeah.
it? No, really, uh, from the pit stop onwards, it was a dominating performance, and it was so hard for you to break the toe, wasn't it? Boy, did they put up a fight! It was
Yeah, there was
very
there was a
exciting
few.
watch. You could see the struggle that was going on. You could see how hard people were trying. It was great to watch. Been
Yeah,
great.
there was a few places where they were quicker than me. I don't know whether it was just down to setup or they were just better at that part of the track than I am. I struggle around the carousel. Um, so, but then there was other parts where I was a little bit quicker, I think, or I don't know whether I was carrying more speed or whatever, but it kind of ebbed and flowed over the lap. So, but yeah, it was great. Obviously, I was looking in my mirror for nearly all of the lap anyway, just all of the race to see how it would go. But everyone raced really well.
Yeah, no, it was. I think the top three came and performed for us, and fantastic podium positions. They well earned. Stefan did well, and you did fantastic.
Yeah, great drive by them and Stefan and Simon.
Yeah, really, just Stefan home track, really, I guess, and you know, trying his hardest and really drove the wheels off his car. And I'm just happy for all of you because you really all turned in a fantastic performance. You did. It's great to watch.
Yeah, seeing you all in pit road at the same time, because there wasn't much of a gap between you, it was a reasonably unusual thing because different strategies this season have made everybody pit on different laps. But of course, it's Nordschleife. You all have to be in on that same lap, really, don't you?
To be honest, you could have pitted one, maybe 2 laps earlier, because you can do 6 laps on a full tank. So I think when we pitted, it was the end of. Yeah, I think you might have been able to pit 1 lap earlier, but then you risk coming around to people in traffic. So you're better off if you pit on the same lap as everyone else, you're not going to come out in traffic. The risk of that is less.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, it does make sense. Great racing tonight. Where the hell are we for the next one? I can't even remember. It's Mid Ohio. I like Mid Ohio. It's one of my more favourite tracks. How do you go around there? It's been a while since we've been around it in these cars.
I feel like that might have been one of the first races I did. I don't know. If I remember which track it is, I think it's all
the one
those
with
kind
the
of tracks
tree.
I really like.
Yeah, it's the one with the tree, I think, isn't it?
No, that's
We were there,
Virginia.
That's
That's
Oh, is that
Virginia.
Virginia?
Mid
Oh,
Ohio
Ohio
is the one with the very, very tight and twisty
Oh, yes, that's the one with
second
the
half.
downhill.
Yeah.
The one with the nice downhill and the right hander at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that one. It's a good
Yeah, it's
track.
a
Yeah,
nice
it's a good track. Yeah, very good track.
Any shout outs and thank yous that you want to give before we let you go and celebrate your race victory tonight?
Yeah, obviously you guys putting on the show and appreciate you turning up and doing the commentary and broadcast. And the rest of the guys, really good racing. My brother for watching. I think this week he hates
Yeah,
his
he
track,
was on.
so that's why he wasn't here.
I wondered why. We wondered.
Yeah.
He didn't like it and he hasn't got it, so he was like, "I'll miss this one, but do the rest." So yeah, and just everyone else in the team, just thanks for turning up.
No, that's brilliant. And what a great and imperious victory, really. Our victor tonight, Stephen Walker.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Stephen.
So, I shall, because I'm doing lots and lots of the technical, I shall move it on to the footage onto our next interview room victim, who is Simon Trendle. Good evening.
Evening. You guys are still awake?
We are.
Oh,
we're
yeah,
we're buzzing.
More than awake.
It was far more exciting for us, possibly, than it was for you. However, the first half of that race, you must have had your eyes on stalks because you and Stephen and Stefan, if I get all the Stephens and Stefans right, were in close company for the first 5, maybe 6 laps. It was the pit stop that split Stephen off from you two. And then eventually you overhauled Stefan and legged it off down the road yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, I was surprised to pull away from Stefan, to be honest, because I did it in the pit stop, but I was trying to save fuel, but genuinely just was struggling just to keep up with the pace of the other two. So that came as a bit of a surprise, especially, I mean, Stephen had started pulling away at the end of the first stint anyway, and no one was catching him. My short pit stop gave me a tiny bit of a catch up, but I got a slow down on the first lap out of the pits. Which dropped the extra 1.5, 2 seconds, and it was a case of bye bye.
Right,
at
missed
best
that.
I could match Stephen. So.
Yeah, rubbish cameraman, missed that. You seemed very, very in control up until the last few laps of the race. I don't know whether you were pushing a bit harder. We caught you on camera a little bit ragged at certain points. Pushing the envelope maybe, or tyres had enough maybe.
Yeah, I was trying to find the time, and no, it was costing me more than I was gaining through trying. So, I got the last lap right, but then gave myself an off track, so it didn't go very well.
But it's gone very well for Team Chimera tonight because you've gained yourself a 2nd place, a bit of silverware, and a 4th place. Jamie did really well. He had possibly one of the cleanest races of everybody.
And one of the most boring as well.
He was very much on his own. I did mention it a couple of times that he was racing with all his mates.
Yeah. Halfway through the race, he was like, I've got a 32-second gap in front of me and a 32-second gap behind me.
Yeah.
That's like fantastic.
So yeah, he was very much racing the track, wasn't he? And is in his own attention span. So he almost earns driver of the meeting for doing that, because this track's punishing mentally, isn't it?
It is. I genuinely didn't get any practice, so the first lap I did was in practice, or qualifying as it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, 3rd lap I was okay with where I was and managed to get a last dash in. But yeah, it's a mentally draining track because there is no respite apart from like 1 or 2 places. The long back straight, going up the hill halfway around the lap, but even then you're still going around corners. So
yeah, you're having to spot your turning points from very far back, which gives you no mental downtime at all. Dottinger is possibly one of the few places you can actually relax your brain for a while, and do the little checks that you do while you're driving. I've very rarely made it to the Dottinger. As I said at the start of the broadcast, my track guide only lasted for 4 corners. So yeah, again, great performance. Team Chimera have done very well in mopping up points where, particularly, Alpine Stars Geodesic did not haul in a great deal of points tonight. They've tried to limit the damage by staying on the track and completing the race, which is admirable. But they've had their own challenges. We see a little bit of an off track from you there on the broadcast. Just keep that going. Just to prove that you are mortal after all. But great racing again. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go?
My brain for keeping me awake at the end of the race. Jamie for moaning in my ear about how bored he was. Everyone for turning up in the series, and you guys for running it.
Awesome stuff. And I'll thank whoever it is that's given you your VR headset back, because you're back racing with us, and that's always brilliant.
That would be Valve for actually replacing it, so fair play to them.
Yeah, fair play to Valve. Awesome stuff. Yeah, good on them.
Valve.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you, Simon Trendle.
Thank you very much.
Right then, last one in the booth. I should have done that. I should have done the video before I did the person. So let me do the video now. Where is he? There he is. Is Sam Blease. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello,
Sam.
So I have to say, you're almost there in driver of the meeting territory because of the recovery.
No, you can't do that.
The recovery was excellent. You had a very early on crash. You've had to pit twice because of fuel, I'm guessing. You had a splash and dash, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it was fuel.
And finished 7th. You started 5th, and that's after a crash. That's a good result, isn't it? Really, for you.
It for damage limitation.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I mean, Stephen won, so championship wise, I think he's probably ahead now, which fine. Keeps it close, keeps it tight going into the final few rounds, which is nice. But yeah, I was very close to smashing it up again several times. I did hit the wall again after I came back out.
Yeah, I did catch that, but it was only a scuff.
Yeah, it was fine. It was 20 odd seconds of optionals, so it wasn't anything to worry about. So I was pushing really hard to try and catch Roger, and if I hadn't, I don't know if you caught on my final lap, I went really wide and lost like 3.5 seconds on the grass.
Yes, we did.
I think we did catch that. Yeah.
I'd have been right on him without that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I also got.
Well, you were taking him once, Sam, hadn't you? You where you had to go in the pre-splash and dash. You just overtaken him. You had to go for splash and dash. He got away, and you chased him down again.
I didn't plan that properly, though, did I? Because I went past him just before the straight, so I gave him tone the whole way down the straight, then I peeled off into the pit.
That was his fastest lap, probably. He'd love that.
I should have stayed behind him, shouldn't I? I should have stayed behind him, overtaken him into the pit. But yeah, it happens, and he was driving really well. His pace was really good.
Fantastic. He's driven really tonight. Yeah.
I was just trying to get there, trying to get there before the end. I was pushing way too hard, and yeah, I think without my incident, I'd have been right on him.
Yeah.
But with my incident on the last lap, I got a drive through anyway, so I ended up losing 45 seconds. Didn't change the result, but I did get the drive through.
Yeah, and Spencer likes the pit road here, doesn't he?
I think he spent more time there than on the track. Yeah. In fact,
it's probably a low blow. Sorry, Spencer.
Matt spent a similar amount of time.
He did.
Lane, I think,
he did.
Well,
yeah. I mean,
as did it was a well-worn pit road.
Yeah. They're gonna have to resurface it after this.
Yes.
So Geodesic have given up some good points to Team Chimera this week. That's going to close that up quite significantly, I would think. Similarly, at the top of the table, I'm not sure what it does. My abilities to do maths right now is beyond me.
But individuals.
Yeah.
So Stephen goes ahead on raw points for sure by about 20 or 30.
Yeah.
So
drop
we
week?
think it's well, yeah. So I don't know about the drop week because I don't know which one's my drop week and which one's his. I think this will probably become my drop week. But
good point.
I think he's going to be about 30 to 40 clear on raw points, and I think the drop is going to be less than that, maybe 5 to 10. So I think it's going to be really close. I think he's ahead now in both.
But it's going to make the last two rounds.
And Mid-Ohio to come, which is a real racy circuit. Mid-Ohio is racy.
Why
You're
only
going
the
to
last
enjoy
two,
that.
Pete? There's 3 more, isn't there?
Is there 3? I don't know. I've lost the ability to think.
I think there must be 4, isn't there?
4?
We've got 4 in my league. My league's got 4 races.
Right. What round is this?
Mid-Ohio.
Oh, yeah, we're on 15, not 17.
15.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah.
So Mid-Ohio, Alton, Rudskogen, and Laguna Seca.
Oh, right. So a good run into the end of the season. It's going to be nice and competitive. Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
I mean, I guess the people who keep giving me fresh Audis when I come into the pits. So,
non-stop Audis.
Cheers to those people. Thanks to you guys as ever for putting this on and hosting. It was. I'm not going to pretend I like the track, but it was a good event as ever, and it's nice to see good turnout and people running around. Thanks to everyone who came out and raced. It wouldn't be fun. It wouldn't be a thing without everybody who comes out. And well done to Stephen, Simon, and Stefan. Once again, your name has to start with S to finish on the podium.
Of course.
So, I mean, it's good for me.
Yeah. In that case, we will see you next time out. And thanks for racing tonight. It's been very entertaining. Sam, please.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Nice one, Sam. Well done, mate.
So, Alan, that brings us to driver of the meeting stage. Where'd you pick the bones out of this? I'll run through it. Are you
going to go?
I'll go first. I'll be brave.
Go on, you go first. You
As
can
we
do your
watch
run through.
Sam going sideways around one of the corners down there. So Stephen Walker won it imperiously, did very little wrong. He could be up there. Simon Trendle overcame Stefan in order to get himself into second. Stefan did brilliantly. That's got to be one of his best performances of this season. It is his favoured track. Jamie Wilson had such a clean race. Arnaud Chenonnier, he's right up there, isn't he? He's not usually in the top 5. I mean, that's poking your head up above the parapet for sure.
Me, definitely.
Yeah, Roger Morton up 9 places. It finished in 6th. That's a good result for Roger. And then I think beyond that, everybody had something go wrong. So I think that I'm excluding all of them. Arnaud or Roger, I think I'm going to. I'm going to go with Arnaud Chenonnier. I think he did an excellent job tonight. He's finished way higher than I can remember him finishing. And on a track like this, you've got to salute it, in my opinion. So I'm going to go with Arnaud. What about yourself?
Well, yeah. Well, I think that was a very nice roundup. You always do that very nicely. But I think you should mention JB because he did fantastic drive as well.
He did. He had that spectacular rear somersault towards the end.
That was really lovely.
If we were doing points for style,
yeah,
then he
I
may
think
have
that
got
would have
that.
been.
Yeah.
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 But there's and Carl finished the race, and he'll be delighted to have finished the race, even if it was behind Rog.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tonight for me the outstanding driver was my friend Roger Morton, who took the wheels off his car, did everything he had to do, was a perfect gentleman on the track, and had a brilliant result and fantastic drive by him. Good for him, and he beat the skipper.
He did, and that's a well-deserved driver of the meeting, to be honest. It was hard to pick out between him and Arnaud, but I think between the two of us, we've done justice there. Right then, so we look forward now to next week, which is going to be mid-Ohio. This Sunday, we are racing, well, some of us are racing, some of you are racing, and possibly doing a bit of crashing in the GTCC League at Bathurst.
I'm supposed to be on this track at Bathurst. Well, I've never yet managed to wear very much of the tarmac out there, so it'll be a very brief appearance.
Yeah. It's going to be a great race, to be fair. GT cars.
Oh, it's fantastic. The cars are great around the circuit. The circuit is just spectacularly great, isn't it? You know, it's a wonderful place to race the car. The GT cars absolutely adore the place. And it's exciting and thrilling to race, and I'm sure it'll be exciting and thrilling to watch, to be honest.
Oh, without a doubt. So we've got that going on, and we've got a few weeks to the next V8 race. I'll be your main host and cameraman for the next 2 weeks, whilst Clyde has work commitments and Sam finally gets himself a holiday. Apparently he's already drunk. So I'm going to say goodnight now, bring the broadcast to a close, and pass you over to Herr Allen for his closing remarks on tonight's race. So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks to all the racers that have taken part tonight, and congratulations to Stephen Walker for taking home the most prized piece of silverware from the Nurburgring. So thank you, and thanks to Alan, of course, and good night.
Yeah, well, folks, it's been pretty epic, actually. We had a great race, and I enjoyed myself immensely tonight. And enjoyed the guys racing their hearts out for us as usual. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.